everybody, this is Chad here from CNR Reviews. I'm going to be doing a review today on the Glock 19. I had initially done one and this is a redo of that video. This is a Glock 19 Gen 3. Basically the gun takes down the same way as normal Glocks. Want to go ahead and pull, slide back. You depress these little tiny levers on each side. Let go. Slide comes off. And there you go. You got the internals, spring, guide rod, and barrel. You can see the fantastic machining that Glock does. These guns are awesome. They're definitely on the same machining caliber as like a Ruger or a Beretta. There's the barrel. How you put it back together? Go ahead and slip in the barrel. You want to take the big fat side. It's going to go toward the back. Just go and stick it in there, and it goes down into the little slot. There we go. There's the internals. And then you go and slide the weapon on the metal rail right there, and the gun's ready to go. Before you can take it down though, you have to make sure that the gun is decocked, and so you have to dry fire it, which you can do on these weapons. And actually you can dry fire any semi-auto weapon unless it specifically says not to in the manual. So this is one that actually comes with Trijicon night sights. They're green in front, green in rear. These guns usually come with a combat sight. The Trijicon night sight versions are more expensive, or you can purchase the one with the combat sights and then have night sights installed later. But these guns absolutely rock. This is the very first weapon that I have ever shot, and I couldn't be happier with these guns. They're very simple, stupid. Basically load the mag, charge the weapon, pull the trigger, you're ready to go. I know that Glock says they do have some safety mechanisms on them, such as being able to feel and actually visually inspect the extractor when a bullet is loaded. When usually the gun is charged, you would have the, well, let's just show you, the trigger pops out into the firing position, so you would know that the gun more than likely is loaded, and you always consider a gun loaded. But basically, other than that, that's pretty much as far as safety features go. Yeah, they have the little goofy thing on the trigger, but whatever. I don't even feel that when I shoot. This gun is not a beginner's gun, and I believe I said this in the Glock 26 review, but these weapons are for people who have been shooting for a little while, that know to keep their finger off the trigger, that know basic, basic weapons handling. You do not want to give this to a beginner and just go, here, go have fun. They will pull that trigger every time, or their finger automatically goes to that trigger. You want to make sure that if you're going to do that, you're going to get a handgun to a beginner and get them to start to learn. Start with a 22, or start with, Stoker makes a really great gun with a decocker and safety, so that way it actually deactivates the trigger when they're playing around with it. So you want to definitely, if you want to upgrade to this gun later, that's fine. But you want to definitely be there with somebody if you're going to have them learn on this as a beginner. So these guns come with usually a 5.5 pound trigger. You can replace the trigger bar and actually go with a lighter trigger. There's 3.5 pounder. I believe there's a 2 pounder. And I actually have a video on how to replace that trigger connector, and you guys check that out if you want to see that. Other than that, these guns range anywhere between 400 used, 400 bucks, and they can go all the way up to $700 depending if you want the night sights or not. I know with just the basic combat sights, Generation 4, I've seen them around our area, the Tacoma area in Washington State, for about 540, 550 bucks. I know Cabela's sells them for 600. These guys are not the cheapest gun in the whole wide world, so that's also another reason why this wouldn't really be more of a beginner's gun. It's going to be somebody who particularly wants this weapon, or has it as a duty weapon or something like that. So we will be doing a comparison of the Glock 19 as far as size goes compared to the Glock 26. and we'll be going over that later. As far as magazines that it comes with, it does come with two magazines. They are 15 round mags. They are the polymer mag with steel inserts. They load up really nice, and they are, you know, they're pretty tough. I want to almost say that they're flimsy because they're the polymer mags, but you know what's nice about these is if you drop them on the ground or something like that, I really hate to do that with a really expensive mag from like a Stoger or something like that that's all metal, and then worry about it denting or something like that. I have seen magazines for as cheap as 15 bucks, and I know they're probably aftermarket ones, and I know that you can buy these guys for about 30. So, would I buy this gun? Yes, I would. These guns are absolutely awesome. I believe the Glock 23 is almost identical as far as feature-wise goes. It's just the 40 cal version, and it's the same identical size. And Glock does that with a lot of their guns. They have basically it's almost the same size weapon multiple times, just different calibers if you like it. So you can definitely go up in caliber if you don't like the 9mm. What's great about this is that 9mm is cheap. It's pretty inexpensive. You can shoot this gun all day long, and it's accurate. So these Glocks shoot point of aim instead of point of impact. So if you like point of impact, these are going to shoot point of aim. And the rear sight is driftable, so you can drift for windage. But other than that, these are fantastic guns, and I highly recommend them. I always like to tell the story that when I first got into weapons, the very first time after I shot them, I wasn't really impressed. I didn't like it not being, you know, safetied all the time with a little latch that I could identify easily. And to be honest, they almost kind of scared me a little bit of worrying that I was going to put my hand in my pocket or pull this out of a holster, my finger go to the trigger and actually pull that trigger. Now that I've been around handguns for a while and I've learned the basics of firearm, you know, operation, I absolutely love these things. They're awesome guns. So go ahead and check out the Glock. This is the Glock 19 again, and these are great weapons. I highly recommend them. Thanks, this is Chad from CNR Reviews. You guys have a good day.